Hello students, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the virtual world of business studies. Good morning, dear students. A warm welcome to a new video on intellectual property rights. So let me move on to the next slide. Intellectual property is a category of property that includes intangible creations of human intellect. The most prominent types of intellectual properties are trade secrets, copyrights, patents, trademarks. Let's move on to the next slide. Now, all inventions begin with an idea. Once the idea becomes an actual product, that idea is treated as an intellectual property. Let's move on to the next slide. The legal rights conferred on such product ideas are called intellectual property right. And once it is allotted to a person by the government authority, he or she can rent, give or sell it to others. Now let's move on to the next slide. Intellectual property is divided into two categories. Number one is called as industrial property, which includes trademarks, industrial designs. Number two is copyrights, and this include literary and artistic works such as novel, poems, plays, film music, photographs, drawings, paintings, sculpture, architectural design. Let's move on to the next slide. And here we are going to discuss about importance of IPR. Now, it is very interesting to talk about importance of IPR. It encourages creation of new path-breaking inventions such as cancer cure medicines. It also encourages inventors, authors, creators for their work. With the help of IPR, work created by them can be distributed and communicated to the public only with their permission. So, it helps them to get recognition for their work and helps in the prevention of loss of income. Let's move to the next slide. And here we are going to talk about types of IP, intellectual property. IPRs are extremely necessary for fostering creativity, and they contribute towards the economic growth of a nation. They allow creators and inventors to have control over their creations and inventions. This right creates incentives for artists, entrepreneurs, and inventors to further commit the necessary resources to research, develop, and market new technology and creative work. Now, let us discuss the first IP, and this is called as copyright. Copyright is an exclusive right of the creator to prohibit the unauthorized use of the content, which includes reproducing and distributing copies of the subject matter. In other words, it is the right to not copy. It is offered when an original idea is expressed by the creator or author. It is a right conferred upon the creators of literary, artistic, musical, sound recording, and cinematographic films. Its unique feature is that the protection of work arises automatically as soon as the work comes into existence. Let's talk about the second, that is trademark. And what is a trademark? A trademark is any word, name or symbol or their combination that helps to identify the goods made by an individual, company or organization. Trademarks differentiate the goods of one company from another. In a single brand or logo, trademarks help in knowing many things about a company's reputation, goodwill, products, and services. A trademark helps in distinguishing similar product in the market from its competitors. Now let's move to the third point, and here we are going to talk about geographical indication. Now what do you mean by this? A geographical indication is primarily an indication which identifies agricultural, natural or manufactured products, example handicrafts, industrial goods and foodstuff, originating from a definite geographical territory where a given quality, reputation or other characteristics are essentially attributed to its geographical origin. Goods protected and registered as geographical indication are categorized into agricultural products, natural handicrafts, manufactured goods and foodstuff. Examples would be Naga mircha, Mizo chili, Safi lanfi, Morang fi and Chaksang shawl, Buster dhokra, Worli paintings, Darjeeling tea, Kangra painting, Nagpur orange, Banaras brocades and saris and Kashmiri pashmina. Now let's move on to the fourth point, which talks about patent. Now you'd be wondering, what is patent? A patent is a type of IPR which protects the scientific inventions, products and processes which show technical advancement over the already known product. A patent is an exclusive right granted by the government which provides the exclusive right to exclude all others and prevent them from making, using, offering for sale or selling or importing the invention. Now, let's move on to the fifth point, which is talking about design. Now, what do you mean by this? Now, a design includes shape, pattern, and arrangement of lines or color combination that is applied to any article. It is a protection given to aesthetic appearance or eye-catching features. The term of protection of a design is valid for 10 years. The initial period of registration may be extended by further period of 5 years on application made in Form 3 accompanied by prescribed fees to the controller before the expiry of the said initial period of 10 years. Now let's move on to the next point, and here we are going to talk about plant variety. To begin with, plant variety is essentially grouping plants into categories based on their botanical characteristics. It is a type of variety which is bred and developed by farmers. This helps in conserving, improving and making available plant genetic resources. For example, hybrid versions of potatoes. Such protection promotes investment in R&D recognizes Indian farmers as cultivators and facilitates high quality seeds and planting material. And this leads to the growth of the seed industry also. Now, let's move on to the last one, which is semiconductor. A semiconductor layout design means a layout of transistors and other circuitry elements and includes lead wires connecting such elements and expressed in any manner in semiconductor integrated circuits. A semiconductor is an integral part of every computer chip. Its design is to perform an electronic circuitry function. Now let's move on to the next slide. And here I would like to thank my students once again for being patient. And if you have any queries, you can always put down your queries in the form of suggestions, or you can mail me. Thank you, children.